Hey, Hannah1 here, back with another video. Today we are going to be painting this garden gnome. This is a request from my dad because he's currently renovating the garden and the gnomes definitely needed a facelift, so I'm getting right into it. I did wash it off, but I am just going over it once more with a paper towel just to get any lingering dirt and dust which managed to settle in the crevices and that random coffee stain which was on the hand. Not entirely sure how that got there, but it did. But I just wiped down everything. Now I mix some paint. Start with a nice white. I'm using these Baker Ross acrylic paints. I've had these for ages, but they're still good quality, which is great. So I mix white with a tiny bit of red. This is honestly way too much. I want it a very, very pale pink. I'm going to do it in the style of a strawberry ice cream. It doesn't look too much like a strawberry ice cream, but it's supposed to just be like each part of it is a different part of the ice cream. So I'm mixing up this nice rosy pink colour and peach, I guess. I'm adding more white. Because I made it way too dark, but it doesn't matter because I needed a lot. It's a lot of area to cover with this one colour, so it doesn't matter that I have to add way more white because, let's be honest, I needed the extra paint and it was worth it to get the correct colour. So I used this tiny paintbrush. I needed a bigger paintbrush, but my other paintbrushes are all kind of gluey because I use them a lot with like Mod Podge, which has a glue base. But I start off with just doing the face in this peach colour. I also do the hat in this colour. But this is supposed to be like this strawberry soft serve ice cream. I never actually had any soft serve ice cream other than that like plain white one. And you can also see that there's a dot of paint which wasn't perfectly mixed in because it goes a bit darker. But still, by the end of it you can't tell. Yeah, I've never had a soft serve ice cream other than that like white Mr. Whippy stuff that they sell you in ice cream vans. I'm pretty sure you can get strawberry soft serve though. Either way, this is supposed to be like just part of the design. I will be doing a bunch of these gnomes. I have like 7 in total, but I'm not going to record all of them because that would be a really boring series for you to watch me doing the same process over and over and over again. I actually want that, in which case tell me in the comments. But yeah, I'm going to record a couple of them. But I am going to do a set of these ice cream gnomes, and yeah, I am not going to show you all of them, but I will be uploading a picture of each one to my Instagram, so you can check me out on there. So here's me just painting the cone and the face in this nice like this nice pale pink colour, and just going over it. This is because I thought that the shape of the hat looks like a swirl of ice cream, and I was just like, why not take advantage of that and incorporate that into my design? So here's me going over it. It's a large area. And the more I watch this, I'm like, why did I not use a bigger paintbrush? Why did I just not wipe the glue out of my paintbrushes? Still, I just go over it with this teeny tiny paintbrush for ages, going all the way up around, getting it all into the crevices, especially in the swirl where the crevices are deepest. I'm careful to make sure I get it right in all of the crevices, going across the back and the sides, all the way around, trying to get a nice consistent pale pink colour. I do a lot of coats off camera because you can see it's really thin. So this is what it looks like after I did a load of coats and waited for it to dry. Now I bring in this darker colour, which I used originally to do the sauce trail around the ice cream. I do change this later because I hate this colour for the ice cream. I actually lighten this colour and it's what I use on the cone later. I'm pretty sure. Oh, it might be the chocolate, but I definitely use this paint. I think I can darken this paint and use it either on the cone or the chocolate. But yeah, I just mix this up. But for now, this is me just doing the trim trail of the strawberry sauce. I decided I didn't like it because strawberry sauces look way pinker than this, and this is very orange, and I just don't like it. But yeah, this is me going all the way around. And I do eventually do it in every single crevice, not just this one, obviously. Yeah, I just dot it on. You could also use a dotting tool for this rather than a thin paintbrush. I also do a lot of going back over it with the pale pink to neaten it. Here's me mixing up the colour I actually use, which is just this bright pink, which is really glittery compared to the other paints. None of my other paints are glittery, but whatever. And a tiny bit of red, just to tone it down. And I mix it all up together. And just to try and get to where I like. I use it on the sauce. I do that off camera. but I also use it on the beard so I can tie the whole look together. And right now it looks so much like strawberry jam. I'm not even kidding. But I just go over it, and you can see I got a bit on the hand, but I'll go over that later. There's a lot of touching up that I do, most of it off camera though. I just go through and just try and make a nice consistent colour. This was by far the most translucent of all the paints. As you can see, some places it's hardly even showing, which meant I had to do a lot of coats on this one. And you can see that some of the source in some places is really messy. I just have to go over that. I also do the eyebrows in this colour, because obviously if his beard's that colour, it probably means all his hair is, which would include his eyebrows, so logically his eyebrows would also be that strawberry pink. So I just go over those, dabbing it on. I also do his little mushroom in this colour, because my idea was to do a strawberry mushroom, where the spots on the mushroom, or toadstool, are the seeds of the strawberry. So I just go over it in this pink colour. It really helps a design to have just one or two colours that you can use consistently throughout. Otherwise it looks too busy and I don't like it. Here's what it looks like after a few coats. It's much stronger. I use this tan colour, which I did make by darkening the source colour I originally used and then discarded. I just desaturated it a bit and turned it into this, and I use it to make a nice cone colour, like the waffle cone, and I use it to do the undershirt that he is wearing beneath his overalls. So that's the front, and now I'm doing the sleeves of his little t-shirt. Just going over it again and again. I'll admit, when I was doing this, the colour looked so edible. It looks like gingerbread. And I was also out of frame for a lot of this. It's a really big thing, so it's hard to get the camera high enough using the stand that I have. But whatever. I'm in frame for enough of it. Yeah, so I just go over it with this colour all under the sleeves, trying to get every nook and cranny in. Now I'm doing the back of the shirt, trying to get the edge as neat as possible. This will require a lot of going over and touching up later because I'm pretty clumsy, so a lot of it involves me going over and over stuff over and over and over again. Now I'm doing the other sleeve. It's much the same process, just going over it. There we go. Cut most of that because you don't need to see me doing all of this. It's pretty simple. And his shoes. I also do the shoes in the same cookie colour. And just going over it over and over again. And yeah, again, it works to have a couple colours, and this is a colour that I did for most of his outfit. And so I'm just going over it again and again. And I also do the back of the shoes, obviously, because why would the shoes back be a different colour than the rest of it? That would make no sense. And I just go over it. It's because I wanted his outfit to be like the cone of the ice cream. His beard, hair, beard, eyebrows and sauce to be the strawberry sauce, and then his skin to be like the soft serve itself. You'll see off camera I also did his hands that colour. Sorry if you just heard the door, but whatever. Yeah, sorry about that. I also do his overalls in this chocolate brown colour just because I wanted a bit of variation. It's not actually meant to be chocolate, but I just wanted a different colour than the the cookie brown colour, so I just did it a bit darker. I love this brown, it's so edible looking. It looks like chocolate and I want to eat it. Why is paint so edible looking? Don't eat your paint, guys, it's not a good idea. You can also see I'm making a mess of the shoes. My fingers are so messy and painty. I probably should have wiped them off because I was getting paint on all the wrong parts, but whatever, I'll go over it later. That's what a lot of painting is, just going over the same areas over and over again. Now we're going on to detail work. I am doing the dots of the toadstool or mushroom, whatever, in this white. Some of them I had dimples for, but sometimes there's only 2 dimples, so I just added on a bunch of extra ones where it felt appropriate and just made that look nice. I do the whites of his eyes. I'll first just white out his eyes completely, and then I'll go over later and add the iris and pupil. So I just dab it on and just try and make it as solid as possible. Obviously it's difficult when you're going over something that isn't white in white because it's a lighter colour. So it might take a few more coats. Here I am mixing up a nice green colour for the leaf of the strawberry. For some reason my paint set doesn't have a green in it. It probably did at some point, but I've had these paints literally since I was about 7. And I don't have all of those. So yeah, I'm just having to make do without that. So I just mix it up and it comes out as this really cute colour, and I add on the leaf. Which just comes down to being a little like star-shaped thing on top of the strawberry. I also black out the inside of the mouth. With the eyes completely whited and the mouth completely blacked out, it looked almost demonic. Like, it was creepy. But yeah, by the end of it, it looks cute, more or less. So here's where I do the eyes in the same strawberry pink colour that I used on the beard, eyebrows and sauce and strawberry shroom thing. Yeah, just to tie that all together. And I also white out a patch that I'm eventually going to do with the tongue, because I'll be going over black and I wanted to make that as easy as possible. I had this waffle texture onto the front of his t-shirt just to add a bit of variation and to kind of bring out the waffle cone of it, the waffle coniness. So I just sketch on these little lines, little waffle cone lines, and I think it looks really cute in the end. So I'm glad I did that. Yeah, it's a bit of variation. And it looks like something that could be on a t-shirt. Like, it doesn't look ridiculous. I say it looks ridiculous. He's holding a mushroom that looks like a strawberry. Like, we're slightly beyond the realm of believability here. I dot on the pupils, and you can see I kind of made a bit of a mess of that, but don't worry, I fix that later. I just dot on the pupils, try and touch it up a bit, make it look good. I now go over that slight mistake from just now. And I also add a nice blush to his cheeks, both cheeks and to his nose as well, just to make it look more alive and happy and less dead. Like, you think of things as with rosy cheeks as being happier, more excitable, more alive, and he has a very excitable face. Like, his eyebrows are raised and his mouth's funny and he looks happy. So I also do the tongue in the same strawberry pink colour. A few coats later, it's looking pretty good. I also do the buttons on his overalls in that pink colour, just to tie everything together, and it looks weird if they're in the same leathery brown colour. So I just dot on the paint for those, and a few coats later that will look fine. And it's looking pretty good. I have to say, it's looking pretty great. So now it just comes down to like me adding a nice varnish to it. I'd advise doing a layer of matte Mod Podge first. I realised that as I was doing it, it's starting to pull up the paint in some areas. So I'd recommend sealing the paint before. I wish I'd sealed the paint with Mod Podge before I varnished it. Obviously Mod Podge would not survive the elements as much as this varnish will. So I definitely needed the varnish, but I wish I'd just sealed the paint first. It would have made my life so much easier. So yeah, do that, and I'll be definitely doing that in the future. So I probably will be doing a few more garden ornaments videos, but yeah. Here's the final product. After a few layers of varnish and after it's all dried, I think it looks great and it's super cute and it looks like a strawberry ice cream and I love it. And I think it looks fantastic. So thanks for watching and follow me on Instagram at HannahMouseCrafts. See you next time. Bye.